Hello learners, today we are going to learn about basics of image processing. So to understand the basics of image processing, we must know what is an image. Image, in a layman's term, is a visual representation of any object. However, digital image is basically binary representation of that visual data. Also, image can be defined as a mathematical function fxy where x and y are two coordinates horizontally and vertically. Now to understand the third statement, I'm going to show you a figure. This is a figure. So this is a gradient image where you can see that white portion, after the white portion there is a black portion. So this is an image exactly on the left side, and on the right side there is a matrix, which is how image is stored in computer. So as you can see, the color white here, all the rows, if we consider each pixel in this image to be represented by a number, the number that has chosen to represent white section will be 1. And the number that is representing black section here is 0. How this number is chosen, we'll talk about it in the next slides. But this slide defines how image will be defined as a mathematical function where x and y are two coordinates horizontally and vertically. So this is an image and this is a digital representation of an image inside a computer. So now each pixel, each column and row here, the particular cell in this matrix basically is a pixel. This one is a pixel, this one is a pixel, the 0 here is a pixel. What is a pixel? Now if you ask me, so the full form of pixel is picture element. It is also known as PEL. PEL is the smallest element of an image on computer display. Coming to the next thing, so there are different types of images, and we also have to discuss how the numbers in this image are decided. Whether a pixel value will be 0, 1 or any other, how this is decided. So it highly depends on what type of image we are talking about. So there are 3 types of image we must understand and know of to understand the basics of image processing. So the first one is a binary image, the second one is a grayscale image, and the third one is a color image. Now I'll show you a representation of all these 3 images to better understand how they differ from each other. So as we look into this slide, the image on the top is a black and white image. So you see either the color in that image here is either it is black or either it is white. Here it is black. So this is a complete pure black and white image, also known as binary image. Now here, if you look at here, the next image, this is a grayscale image. So what is the difference between black and white image and grayscale images? There are colors apart from black and white. There is one gray color here which you can easily see. The third type of image is a RGB image, in which you see, which is a colored image, you see different colors. There is a red, there is green and there is yellow. They can be blue, they can be any other colors. So this sort of image with different colors is known as a RGB image. So now the pixel values for all these 3 images will be different. How these pixel values are designated, defined, to know this, you have to understand the concept of bits per pixel. That is known as BPP. So BPP denotes number of bits per pixel. In easy terms or in an easier way to understand this, you can remember it is the number of different colors in an image. Depends on bits per pixel. How many colors will be there in an image will be depending on what is the BPP of that image. How we calculate BPP of an image and how it reflects in a matrix form to an image, we'll see. So if the BPP of an image is 1, it will only have 2 colors. You can see the table here. If the BPP of the image is 2, it will have 4 colors. If the BPP of image is 3, it will have 8 colors. So simply, the simplest formula to identify how many colors an image can have is equals to 2 raised to power BPP. So when the BPP of the image is 1, it means it's basically a binary image and it only has 2 colors. The colors are black and white. So in digital image processing, the black color is always defined or always represented by the number 0. Since now this image can only have 2 colors, so if black is represented by 0, the other color, the other number which will represent white will be 1. Now coming to a grayscale image. Binary image is one in which the image only has 2 colors. But in a grayscale image is wherever the BPP is more than 1. So whenever the BPP is more than 1, the image becomes a grayscale image. So let's say the BPP is 2. If the BPP is 2, there will be 4 colors. The first one will be pitch black, which will always be represented by 0. And then there will be 2 shades of gray, and the last one will be a white color. So now these are the colors you can see on the board. You can see on the PPT. Black is 0. There's a gray color which is represented by the number 1, which is more blacker, which is more black, less white, and there's a gray color 2, which is a little bit more white and less black, and then there is pure white color. So this image here is a representation of a grayscale image, and this grayscale image in the computer is represented by this sort of matrix. So 0 0 0 0, this is a black strip, this one is gray strip, this one is again a gray strip, and this one is completely pure white strip. So this, after understanding this, I hope it is clear that if the BPP is 1, it is a binary image. If the BPP is more than 1, it will become a grayscale image. Now if the image becomes a grayscale image, how to compute? The number of colors are definitely defined by 2 raised to power BPP. So what is the simplest way to find out what color, what number will represent white color? In simple terms, white color will be represented by 2 raised to power BPP minus 1. So assuming that the BPP of the image is 8, so there will be total how many colors? Simply 2 raised to power BPP, which is 2 raised to power 8. So we'll have 256 colors representing 256 colors in the image, representing various shades between black, which will always be represented by 0, and white. So how to find the white color representation number? White color is equals to 2 raised to power BPP minus 1. So white color here will be 2 raised to power 8 minus 1, 255. So this is all about your gray color images. Now coming to the third category, which is your RGB images. So now RGB images are very interesting. I'll like to make you understand through an example. So let's say there is an image in which only there is red, complete red color. So any image which is a colored image will have, according to, there are different models. So according to the RGB model, there will be 3 colors which will act as primary colors to make that image. So if an image has only red color, is only completely red colored image, if you see like on the screen, this one is a complete red colored image, the components of green and blue will automatically become 0. Now this colored images are different from your binary images and from the grayscale images in the context that there will be 3 matrices that will be representing these colors. Unlike in grayscale images where there is only one 2D matrix, and unlike in binary images where also there is only one 2D matrix, in RGB images there will be 3 2D matrices which will represent 3 different components of the image color. Okay, so if the image color is completely red like this, so the complete 255 here will not represent the white color, how it will actually represent the red color. So it means this image has only pure red component. There is no 0 component, there is 0 green component and 0 blue component. So every pixel in this image, let's assume that this image is a 3x3 image. That is, there are 3 pixels in the row and there are 3 pixels in the column. So 3 rows and 3 columns this image has, and all the columns are completely red colored. So each column, the value for RGB matrix will be 255, 0, 0. So this pixel has a value of 255, 0, 0, which represents the red color of the pixel number 1, 1. Okay. Next, if the image is completely green colored, it means there are actually no red, there is no red component and there is no blue component. So this will how the image components will be. There is no red component in the image, there is no blue component in the image. The only component that the image has is pure green component. So here, if the image is also again of 3x3 size, each cell here will, if the cell is 1, 1, each cell here will have the value 0, 255, 0. Similar, on the similar lines, if the image is a 3x3 image with complete blue color, the value here for each cell will be, there will be 0 component of red in that image, 0 component of green in the image, but however for the blue component it will be 255. So 255 basically represents purity, complete. Either if 255, if the red component is 255, it means pure red component. If the green component is 255, it means pure green component. And if the blue component is 255, it means pure blue component. And if all the components become 255, then this color will become pure white color. And if all the components become complete 0, this will become a complete black image. So this is basics of your RGB colored images. So now let's look at here again. Here we have an image which is a 3x3 image, one strip of which is red, one strip of which is green, and one strip of it which is blue. So this will be the red, this will be basically this one, yes, this one will be red, green and blue component. So for this image, now because the first strip is completely blue, so the last component here is blue, the green component is 0 and the top component which represents red is 0. For the green strip, the center component is 255, the red component here you can see is 0 and so is the blue component. For the red strip, the only red component is 255 and both the other components are here completely 0. So this is how we represent a basic digital image in computer. I hope now the concepts of types of images in digital image processing are clear to you. So that's all